Hey guys, it's Jessica and welcome to a review of the Lorac Mega Pro 3. I don't think I'm going to swatch every color because I probably don't need to. I mean, I don't know where you can even find this palette anymore, so those of you who are probably watching this either already have it or you're just curious about like the quality, and so that's what I'm going to talk about. These are long wearing. These shades last all day. You don't even have to use a primer with these. Honestly, they'll work. They are just such an incredible formulation. I am going to go ahead and swatch just a few shades for you, like my favorite ones. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So Eggplant is definitely a favorite of mine, and so is Toffee and Mist, and I'll show these all to you in a minute. Pomegranate and Rust. I think these are the only shades I'll show you. So here we have Pomegranate. It's just a really pretty, like, rosy red shade. Here we have Mist, which is a really pretty white gray shade. It's such a unique color, honestly. I don't know, it's just really pretty. And then here we have Eggplant, which is just a nice purpley, like berry kind of shade. Here we have Toffee, which is a nice matte caramel, really light caramel kind of shade. And then lastly we have Rust, which is what I'm wearing on my lids right now, and it's just a really pretty light rusty kind of shade. So those are like my favorite shades. Now the cons, I guess, of this palette is that it does get messy. Okay. They're, like, I'm wiping these away and you can see they're still there. The staying power of this palette is just really, really good. So, anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and go over the pros and cons of this palette. Something really dug into that. To one of these shadows. Oh well. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the pros and cons of this palette real quick. So the pros are that it's long lasting. There's a lot of color selection, well, I guess shade selection more so in here. The whole bottom section is a shimmers and the whole upper section is matte. To me, that's a pro because then you don't have to like search for which ones are matte and which ones are satin or shimmer finish. I really like that about this palette. You got all your staple shades in here that you would need to transition or to, you know, make your crease deeper, or you know, you have all the colors you need in here to do any kind of neutral look you want, which is, I think, is just a great thing. This is my favorite neutral palette in my entire collection, and that's kind of saying a lot because the Naked 2 has been my favorite since I bought it, and I bought it like a while ago when it first came out. So that is really saying a lot that this is now my favorite neutral palette. So I really love this palette. I can't think of too many cons. I mean, the one con that I have when it comes to the nope, nothing. The shadows, no, there's really no cons. Some of them you have to be very light-handed with, but I wouldn't say that's a con. And I guess for some people the packaging is kind of a con because it does get really dirty, but in my opinion that just means that you use your palette, and I think I love seeing like dirty makeup palettes because it means that people are actually using them. Like, how are you guys gonna know that I've used this palette if it looks pristine and brand new, you know, unless I make a video on it? You're not gonna know. And so that's what I really like about this palette. I actually really like that it is white and that it does pick up fingerprints and that it does get dirty, because it just means that I'm using it and I'm loving it, and I really like noticing when I'm really putting a palette to use. I know that not everybody is like that, but I am like that. I guess the one other con is that there's only neutrals in here. You could argue and say that rust and rose quartz and pomegranate are like, you know, colorful shadows, but honestly this palette is mostly neutrals, and I guess for some people that could be a con. It is also, I would say, more on the warm side. I do think there are some cooler toned shadows in here, but I would say most of these are warm and like the kind of warm fuzzy feeling shadows you would get. And if you're not somebody who can pull off these kind of shades, then you're probably not gonna like this palette. I'm very fortunate and I can pull off like any shade, so that's pretty nice. But like honestly, I think this is totally 100% worth the $60 price tag that it has, and honestly, if you can ever find this, I would just pick it up in a heartbeat. It's a really beautiful palette, and I don't know, I highly recommend it. It was definitely my favorite palette in 2016, like overall favorite. So anyway, I feel like I have talked about this palette enough. I hope that this year, 2017, they come out with another really great mega palette, because I am totally going to just pick it up and buy it, unless it's all like smoky, because I'm not a smoky person. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on this. And if you want to get this eye look right here, then go ahead and just keep watching, because it is coming up right now. This is the last tutorial. I already primed my lids with the Lorac Pro Primer, and so yeah, this is the last tutorial for this palette, and I think I'm gonna do a halo tutorial. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the violet gray shade, which is right here, and I'm gonna just use this as my transition shade. Alright, and then we're gonna do the same on the other eye. This little mini crease brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Eggplant, and I'm going to go right into the crease. And I'm also gonna put this on the inner corner. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Rust, and this is going to be put in the center. And I'm just going to pat it with a clean finger to kind of blend it in with the Eggplant shade. Because we want it to be well blended. And I'm also adding the Eggplant shade with my and take a blending brush, And I'm going to go in with the shade Crepe, which is like a yellowy, creamy shade. And I'm just going to blend things out a little bit. For the liner, I'm going to use this NYC City Proof 24-hour waterproof eyeliner in the shade Mink. And then I'm going to take the shade from Wet n Wild, and it is called Pros in Bronze. And I'm going to pop this in the middle. Alright, so there's just the finished eye look. And I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my face makeup, and I will be right back. Alright, so here's the finished look with the mascara on. Alright. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my tutorial and my review. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry if it's not like super in depth, but I do know that this is a limited edition palette and I didn't want to ramble on and on and on about it. I just wanted to let you guys know my impression of it. It is by far my favorite palette of 2016. I will continue to use this. This is going to be like my go-to palette for work if I want just a nice neutral eye, or you know, whatever. It's just going to be one of my go-to palettes, and I like that. And I would probably even travel with this, honestly. So, anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed my video. So, very quickly, I will just go over what else is on my face. So, for my mascara, I use the Better Than Sex mascara. For my foundation, I mixed Born This Way foundation from Too Faced and CoverGirl Outlast Luminous Stay Luminous foundation. And then for my lips, I used Soft Matte Lip Cream from NYX. This is in the shade Budapest, and I used the NYX Lip Smacking Fun color. This is just like a golden color. It's in Celine, and like I just put that on top of the Soft Matte Lip Cream. And then for my highlight, I'm using the Wet n Wild highlighting palette, and it is called Catwalk Pink. I'm just using the two brightest shades in here. And then for my bronzer, I'm using the NYC Sunny. And then for my powder, I'm using this Milani Powder Foundation. This is in the shade Shell. It's the Even Touch Powder Foundation, and I'm just using that mostly all over my face, but I tried to tone down my blush a little bit with it. So anyway, and then for my brows, I'm using the Maybelline Brow Precise Eyebrow Pencil. So anyway, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I look forward to doing some more videos for you. I don't know. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.